Hey everybody, it's Mr. Hohen, and we've reached the last assignment for this class. This is going to be an independent final project. It will be due on June 17th, it's a Wednesday, at midnight, or by midnight. There will be no late submissions accepted. You have the better part of 4 weeks to complete this. And it's imperative that you understand that if you fail to complete and submit this final assignment on time, you will fail this class and you'll be forced to repeat it. And there will be no exceptions to that rule. Let's get into the project itself. So the instructions that I'm giving you are going to be on this PowerPoint, which will be made available to you throughout the project itself, as well as on a Microsoft Word document. Here are the steps that you're going to need to remember on how to create this project. First of all, you need to identify a topic. This is going to be entirely driven up to you. I'm going to provide a list of potential suggestions to you, but you can literally pick any topic that you want. It can be on a topic, an issue, an event, or a person that is related to the themes that we've covered in this class: race, racism, class, classism, and gender-related issues like LGBT stuff. You're going to find a list of potential topics on the overview Microsoft Word document that will be made available to you. You can use any of those topics or create your own. The first step that you're going to do is to create a thesis statement and determine the format, determine the project format of your final project. And that will be due by Tuesday, May 26th. And that's going to be a separate grade worth about 50 points. The next step is to research the heck out of your topic or whatever it is. I'm going to require you to obtain at least 4 sources. And as you're researching, I hope that you're taking notes, like you're creating a separate document just of the important facts and information and quotes that you might want to use and integrate into your final project. And then, of course, producing and delivering the final project by June 17th. All right, so here are the format options. The first one is a minimum 4-page typed research paper. All right. All of the other options that are on this page will require you to do a 1-page typed synopsis of your project. All right, and so that includes a presentation, a video, a website, or a multimedia timeline. Those are pretty much the standard alternative formats other than the research paper. All right, so all of the things that are highlighted in red represent sort of the format options. You got a research paper, you got a presentation, you got a video, and you have a website or multimedia timeline. So let me get into the alternative formats here. First of all, the presentation. This is going to take the form of either a Google slide or a Microsoft PowerPoint file. I'm going to require you to do a minimum 12 slide count of your presentation. You have to present your presentation to me online via the Teams, and we'll get to that later on, how we schedule that and pull that off. Your presentation must contain at least one video link, like a YouTube video, something that relates to the topic that you're talking about. Please don't let that video be longer than 2 to 3 minutes, I think would be the maximum for that. And that goes for multiple video clips that you might want to use. Please don't let the video exceed 3 minutes. There has to be a maximum word count on each slide of no more than 42 words. I will be counting that. Your other alternative format is to produce a original video that is of 2 to 4 minutes of length. This could be sort of a mini documentary. It could be taking existing footage and re-editing it, putting your voice over the top of it. it could take the style of anything you really want to do. However, I definitely need to understand what kind of video you are going to do before you do it. And I'll get to that in a little bit. The last format thing is either creating your own website or a multimedia timeline. If you're going to be creating a website on your topic, I would highly recommend using Google Sites. There are a number of other website builder tools like Squarespace and Wix. But I think Google Sites is, I think, the most user-friendly. If you're going to do a timeline, you have a couple of alternative tools to use. You can do Google Slide, Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft makes another alternative multimedia tool called Microsoft Sway that is really, really good for something like a timeline. More importantly, your website or your timeline has to incorporate multimedia elements. So there has to be text, and there has to be a minimum of 1,000 words over the course of your entire project. I will be counting that. It has to include a variety of images, whether that's artwork, photographs, graphs, charts, and it also, of course, has to include either audio or video clips. I'm open to any idea that you have, but I have to know what you're going to do before you do it. All right, but so before you begin your project, you're going to need to create a thesis statement. And this is something that I went over in the previous assignment, which was the slavery essay. And the thesis statement clearly lays out a focused point of view on whatever you intend to do. And you need to submit this thesis, and you need to tell me what your topic and your project format is by Tuesday, May 26th, midnight. This is going to be a separate grade, and it will be worth 50 points. All right, let's get into the thesis. Because this is really important as you go through high school. Everyone is going to need to continue to think about developing a thesis in any class that you're going to be involved in. This is going to be essential skill by the time you get to college. So here are the steps in creating a solid thesis statement. All right, so first of all, you need to choose a topic. And I've created an example here using the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement has sort of become much more prevalent and popular in the last 5 to 6 years, but it's actually been around for the better part of 15. It's a movement created by women to fight against workplace discrimination, workplace exploitation, and you hear quite a bit of it over the last several years. So let's say that that's my topic. The next thing I want to do is create a prompt, a question based on the topic. So the example here is, how does the Me Too movement reflect the changing social attitudes of gender relations in American business? All right, so that is a historical question that I created that I would attempt to try to now answer in my project. All right. What I'm going to try to do now is narrow my topic. This is really important. The Me Too movement, you can write books on the Me Too movement. However, I want to narrow my topic down to what I sometimes refer as a subtopic. And in this case, based on my prompt, my narrowed topic would be the Me Too movement's impact on the American business environment. See how I took the larger issue and narrowed it down, and that's going to help me in my research. Now what I can do is develop a thesis statement, which is basically a response to the historical question that I created here, all right? So here is a sample thesis based on my original prompt. My thesis would be, as an example, over the last 15 years, the Me Too movement has exposed long-held and widespread sexual harassment in the American workplace and has resulted in a trend toward improved gender relations and equality. All right, so that's a solid beginning thesis that now all of my research and my final project will back up. All right, that's the purpose of a thesis. You now have direction and purpose for your overall project. And this is going to be essential to help you narrow the research that will back up this historical claim. All right, very important. All right, one of the other requirements of this, and I'll get into this at a later time in more specificity, is creating a citations document. When I was grading many of your essays, I saw that very few of you knew how to properly do a citations document. I think I've simplified that process here. This is available to you to come back to check on that. I'll be doing another video lesson to sort of drill down more specifically what my expectations are for a citations page. But again, this is another essential skill that you need to learn how to do and master before you get off to the college level. All right, I'm not going to get into the specifics here. It is going to be available for you, and I will be posting another video in the upcoming weeks on how to do a proper citations document. All right, let's go over, before we end things here, the deadlines. First of all, the first deadline that you have is Tuesday, May 26th. That is when I expect to see a decision on a topic. I want to see a decision on the project format that you've selected, and I want to see a thesis statement by midnight, May 26th, and you will be receiving a separate grade on that. The final project is June 17th. That is going to be worth 300 points. And here's the reality of 300 points. If you fail to do this project, you automatically fail this class. I don't care if you've done everything before it. If you fail to do a final project in this case, you will fail this class and you will be forced to repeat it. And there will be no, I will not accept any tardy projects. There are no exceptions to this. The district has laid down a June 17th end date, and I'm giving you all the way to midnight on June 17th. I'll be checking in with each of you as over the course of the weeks of working on this, and you'll need to show me what you're working on. And I'll do this by way of a one-on-one Teams meeting with each of you. And more importantly, I think you need to reach out to me if you have any questions along the way. You really need to contact me by way of email or Teams chat and to help you get through this project. All right, that's it. I will be uploading 1 or 2 videos from this point forward, but this is your final project. Please take it seriously and also have fun with it. Pick a topic that you're really interested in, and I hope that really drives your engagement and enthusiasm for this. All right, that's it. Take care.